Section 38.
20 million 1 year.
Effect of decree of nullity of a voidable marriage. A decree of nullity under this act of a voidable marriage shall annul the marriage from and including the date on which the decree becomes absolute. So once there is a decree of nullity of marriage, the marriage becomes null and void from the date that the decree becomes what? Absolute. Without prejudice of the operation of subsection 1 of this section, in other respects, a decree of nullity under this act of a voidable marriage shall not render illegitimate a child of the parties born since or legitimated during the marriage. So the fact that the marriage has been rendered a nullity does not make the children illegitimate. So the child is still the child of the man and child of the woman. So even if the implication is that where there's a decree for the nullity of a marriage, there will most likely be also further orders touching on the custody of the children and welfare of those children between those people.
Yeah.
Section 39. Grounds for judicial separation. Subject to this part, a petition under this act by a party to a marriage for a decree of judicial separation may be based on one or more of the facts and matters specified in section 15 sub 2 and 16 sub 1. Subject to this part, a petition under this act by a party to a marriage for a decree of judicial separation may be based on one or more of the facts and matters specified in section 15 sub 2 and 16 sub 1. So the implication is that if you must raise a decree for judicial separation, that is, judicial separation means for the parties who are still married to temporarily be apart. So it must be based on either section 15 sub 2. Okay, section 15 sub 2 are all the grounds for dissolution of marriage.
Yeah.
All the grounds. So if there's any ground for dissolution of marriage, which we have already stated in our previous discussion, those grounds can be grounds for dissolution of marriage. Or section 16 sub 1 and section 16 sub 1 are all the grounds that elaborates on that section 15 sub 2c, which is the circumstances where a respondent has behaved in him or herself in such a way that the petitioner cannot be reasonably expected to live with the respondent. So same grounds for dissolution can be grounds for judicial separation.